And small plastic pellets are washing up on the east coast of England after a container ship collided with a tanker. Tiny plastic pellets have been washing up on beaches across the east of England after the collision between a tanker and a container ship off the coast of Yorkshire last week. The pellets, called nurdles, which were on board the container ship, aren't toxic, but they can cause serious problems if they're swallowed by animals. Philip Norton reports.
An environmentally sensitive part of the British coastline, now under attack from this. Burnt plastic from last week's collision in the North Sea. It's washing up and posing a threat to wildlife on the Norfolk coast, and at a crucial time, with many migratory birds returning for the breeding season.
This is the last thing birds need. There's all sorts of pressures on them, and plastic waste and pollution across our beaches is absolutely devastating for us and for them.
It's just over a week ago since the cargo ship Solong hit the US fuel tanker the Stena Immaculate off the Yorkshire coast. It had been hoped the environmental impact was minimal. But during these moments that the ships hit, and the fireball and explosions that followed, a plastic pollution known as nurdles was released. This is just one collection that's already been made of nurdles washing up on the Norfolk coast. They're normally small, tiny plastic pellets used in the manufacture of plastic goods. But you can see how the fire has melted them together into these black clumps, and you can smell the jet fuel coming from them.
Beautiful beach, beautiful part of the world, and to have that spoiled by an accident is a shame.
Well, obviously it's worrying, yes, and it needs to be monitored and hopefully cleared.
Any contamination on the beaches is bad for dogs, children. It could decimate quite heavily our tourist season.
The American crew of the tanker seen here has been praised by the vessel's owners for helping to minimise the fire before abandoning the ship. A clean-up is underway. People are being advised not to touch any of the debris on beaches and to report the location of anything found to the Coast Guard. Philip Norton, BBC News, on the North Norfolk coast.